Spring has finally arrived, and so has the 2015 World Cup Tour. What began back in 2006 is now entering its 10th season. This global tour was launched to give World Cup archery a bigger platform and make this ancient sport more relevant and prominent. And it's done just that, thanks to great support from cities such as Shanghai. The World Archery Federation has been able to attract more athletes, grown the fan base around the globe, and put bows and arrows center stage in the public eye. Now all eyes once again turn towards China, where the outdoor season starts in Shanghai for the 4th year in a row. Wherever you happen to be logging on and watching, ni hao, hola, konnichiwa, dzień dobry, merhaba, privyet, shalom, guten tag, bonjour, buongiorno, good day mates, and aloha. Welcome to the boulevard along the Huangpu River in the Pudong district of Shanghai, financial capital of the Far East, where today some of the best and the brightest will try to cash in here at Stage 1. Along with Australia's Matt Gray, I'm Carl Archie. Glad you could be with us, no matter the time or the place you may be happy to be watching in this big, wide world of ours. Matt, great to have you alongside here today. Some great matches that we've got coming up, and it's kind of going to be a showcase, I think, for Korea and Japan.
Oh, certainly. Just the two countries have just come off a Asian Cup, Asian Championship program last year, so we've got the Koreans. Obviously, they're so dominating on the archery circuit, and it's good to see, Indonesia as well. They've popped their head up, and they've certainly showed themselves this week to be a nation to be recognised.
Indonesia showed that this morning with a bronze medal win in the team competition on the men's side. Let's talk about the format for the mixed team competition this afternoon.
Yeah, well, we've got a male and a female, usually the highest ranked and the best archers from each country. And each archer needs to shoot 2 arrows each to determine the set. And we progress on, and the first team to get a score of 5 points will win the match. And often in these circumstances, we come down to a 4-all shoot-off. So hopefully we get some really interesting matches today.
So we're just about set to go here on what is a brilliant Sunday afternoon. Sunshine all day, clear skies. But the winds may be a factor, and we'll talk about that as the afternoon progresses here on the River Boulevard. First, the mixed team bronze medal match, China versus Mexico. And China out first. China, of course, the hometown favorite, scoring a 5-1 win over North Korea earlier this week in the 1/8 round, then a 3-set win over Chinese Taipei in the quarters before losing to South Korea in the semifinals 6-2. All those sets, though, were decided by 3 or less. Zhu Juman and Gu Jusong, 21 and 22 years old respectively, representing the People's Republic of China here in Shanghai. Now the Mexican team making its entrance, Mexico. Coming off a 6-0 win over India, defeating Deepika Kumari and Jayanta Tulukdar. Then had a 5-3 win over the USA in the quarterfinals. That was Brady Ellison and Katuna Lorig who went down. And then it was Japan defeating Mexico in the semifinals 5-3. So Aida Roman and Juan Rene Serrano trying to salvage this week with a bronze medal here today against China. And obviously, China, the hometown favorite. The fans all pulling for them, Matt.
Yeah, certainly. It'll be a big stage for the Chinese archers. They're relatively new on the national team, but the Mexican team of Serrano and Ada, so experienced in these situations. We see them time and time again in the match play final. So we should really see them take it out early, just with their experience.
So Mexico will be on target number 2. Mexico, the team closest to the camera, and stepping up to start the match, Juan Rene Serrano. 31 years old, has been ranked as high as 4th in the world.
Well, it's interesting. The windsocks here are flapping about. The archers have got an opportunity to practice beforehand, but a left 7, certainly not what the Mexican team wanted.
So now the 27-year-old Aida Roman with a little bit better shot. That's a 9. And is having to contend with the winds, which have been gusting at times here today. So Mexico starting off with a 7 and a 9. China responds with a 9. And takes the lead.
It's certainly a good start for the Chinese team. Just getting a feel for the wind out here on their opening arrows.
Back to Serrano for his second shot. And he tried to compensate over correct.
Yeah, I think that first arrow certainly gave him some issues, and it's a very hard decision on where to aim next. Let's hopefully Aida can consolidate and shoot a 10.
The World Cup gold medalist from Lausanne in 2014, right on target. Brilliant shot by Aida. And China did have an excellent chance of taking this set.
So
that makes things more interesting.
Obviously, some tension amongst the archer in front of her home crowd.
They need at least a 9. They get the 9, so they tie it up. As Gu Zhuzong comes through with a 9 that ties it up, and they'll split the set.
Exactly. So each team now will be rewarded with 1 set point. Again, the Mexicans started very slowly, but the Chinese had an opportunity to close out the set, and unfortunately just a bit of tension, and yeah, one straightwood arrow landing in the 6th ring could have been, but they split the set. So now we go into the next set, and it's still anyone's game.
Matt, if you're Juan Rene Serrano right now, after shooting those first 2 shots, what are you thinking?
Well, I think he's certainly feeling a little bit more comfortable now that they've split the set, because they probably should have lost the set. And hopefully now he's been able to shoot 2 arrows, get a feel for the, you know, with Aida being able to shoot a 10 and a 9, she can give him some confidence, give him an indication on where to aim for his next arrow. So,
were you in his shoes, where would you be aiming now on that next shot?
I'd probably be I'd be going for a feeling on the first shot. So he went left 7. I'd probably be aiming, you know, 3 o'clock 8 and making a strong shot. He's closest to the river on target 2, so there's probably more wind coming off the river.
From 70 meters away, Juan Rene Serrano, who's appeared in 3 Olympiads. Much better shot that time.
Yeah, that's a very good result after his 2 7s that he started with. Looks like a 6 on the left there.
Yeah, as the camera pulls out, it is indeed a 6. That will leave Aida feeling about as blue as that ring. Her first 2 shots were strong and solid. That one wide to the left, but this one in the 9 ring for Zhu Zhuman. Now the 21-year-old Gu Zhuzong, ranked 64th in the world, just outside that 9 ring. But China moving ahead by 3. Of course, they had the lead in the first set as well. And Mexico was able to come back to tie it up and gain a split. In, out.
I'll call it a 9. Yeah, he's clipped the 9. You can certainly see a bit of tension in the Mexicans' front arm. They're obviously trying to aim very hard, but in these conditions, you just need to aim easy and have a good execution.
Right on that line.
Whether it's enough, that 5 might have cost them the set, but we'll wait and see.
22 years old, Zhu Zhuman, ranked 37th in the world inside the 10 ring.
6 or better will close.
Pretty much like a 2-foot putt,
Pretty much.
you would think.
But
Those have been missed in the past too, but not this time. Comes through and comes up with a 9 that secures the set for the Chinese team. So China will pick up 2 points and go ahead 3-1 in the match. We were tied at 1-1 after the first set. Now China with the lead. And China trying to secure the first medal of this first stage here in Shanghai. In fact, these, I believe, will be the only Chinese archers we see here this afternoon.
yeah, it has put a lot of pressure on the Chinese archers, being the only medal match that they participate in today. So hopefully, you know, for them, they want to get a bronze medal at least. But with the Mexican archers, they started slowly, but things can turn very quickly in this format.
Somewhat of a double-edged sword. When you're competing at home, it's great to be in your home country, have the fan support, but then there's the expectations, and with the expectations, added pressure.
Exactly, and it's how the archer, you know, prepares themselves. You know, everybody's come out here to support them. They don't want to see them fail. They want to see them succeed. So they should be, you know, in a good environment, an environment that they can perform to their best.
Little pep talk from Aida for Juan Rene Serrano, as they try to come back and tie this match up. But they'll have to win this set. And Serrano spears another 9. Juan Rene won the mixed team silver medal last year here at this stage. Now trying to go for the bronze. Pair of 9s.
Much quicker shot than by Ada Rahman. I think that's what we saw in the first few sets. Just trying to aim too hard in this windy conditions.
Quick release by Zhu Juman, who captured a team silver medal in Colombia last year and a team bronze medal in Poland.
Got a nice little pocket of arrow holes up there in the top right-hand corner of the 9 ring. But at the moment, 9 is good enough.
Tied at 18 here in the third set. Juan Rene releases a 10. Now the silver medalist from the London Games in 2012. Close, but not quite in the 10 ring, but good enough to put a lot of pressure on the Chinese duo.
Well, certainly the Chinese now have to shoot 2 10s to take out the match. Anything less and it'll tie the set.
So there's the 9 they need.
So a 10 to tie the set.
And split, but it would keep the match going. Anything less than 10, and it is less than 10.
So we're going to 3-all draw at the moment.
Mexico takes the third set.
This format can change so quickly. You know, we thought the Mexican team were down and out, but 4 good shots and all of a sudden they're back in the game.
Right back in it. And both of those archers are so experienced, they know that.
Exactly, and that's got to give them some confidence. You know, they struggled initially in the first few arrows, but now they've found their mark. They know where to aim. They've got a feel for the conditions. And now, well, the Chinese are probably second-guessing themselves. They had the opportunity to close out the match, and now they're back where we started, with 3-all.
It was tied 1-1 after the first set. China took a 3-1 lead after the second set, and now we're tied at 3-all after 3 sets, so anybody's match at this point. Of course, the experience, well, on paper, you'd have to go with Mexico. The 2 Chinese archers in their early 20s. Aida Rahman has been competing since 2006, only 27 years old, but she's a veteran. And she's also an Olympic medalist.
Exactly. She's a great competitor to have on your team. She often outshoots the men, and you know, Renee would be feeling a huge amount of confidence in her. But given the wind conditions, get a small gust of wind could change the result from a 10 to a 9. Let's see how the Mexican team can go.
Serrano to take the first shot here in the fourth set. Grimaces, and you can see why.
Yeah, unfortunately, 6 is really not going to put pressure on the Chinese team. You can see a little bit of tension, just slight shake in his body as he's trying to line up for the shot.
Aida has to put that shot out of her mind, focus on this shot. Comes through with a 9. Mexico may be at the mercy of China right now.
See how the Chinese respond to the 6 that was delivered.
Trying to hold it steady. You can see her bow arm was wavering a little bit.
Both countries want to win this bronze medal. Unfortunately, on this stage, the harder you aim, the more difficult it is to execute a shot.
Quick release. Well done by the Chinese archer, Gu Zhuzong.
That certainly set them up now. There's 2 arrows remaining, so less than a miracle.
That will keep hope alive. Especially if Aida Roman can come through with a 10. She took a bronze medal home from Shanghai last year here in the mixed team competition, and look at that. That's the 10 they absolutely had to have.
Oh, exactly. Again, it's proven how consistent and what such a good archer she is in the conditions to deliver a 10 on her last arrow.
So mentally strong. Zhu Juan.
Going to call that a 7.
So I think that's a 7 too. And so it ain't over till it's over.
Exactly.
China needs a 10 to win. A 9 will tie it. And it's a 9, so Mexico, whew, they breathe a sigh of relief.
Exactly, they've been given a second chance. They certainly had the opportunity, the Chinese, to close the match out. Again, just a little bit of tension, over-aiming, and shooting a low 7 has given the Mexicans yet another chance. So, again, they've just proving that this format, it's never over.
Aida Roman getting her teammate Juan Rene Serrano psyched up for this shoot-off. We're tied at 4 after 4 sets. And China forced into the shoot-off after missing a couple of opportunities to put this match away.
So it's been confirmed by the judges. It's a tie break. So the format will be each archer will shoot 1 arrow. If the scores are still tied after 2 arrows, then the closest arrow to the middle of the target out of each team will be awarded the bronze medal.
Some words of advice from Aida Roman.
Venga. Un poquito más arriba.
Juan Rene Serrano trying to hold it steady.
Sigue, sigue. Sigue. 9 a las 4.
Not bad.
9, it's good enough. I think you see that tension in his front arm. Given the circumstances of a 1 arrow shoot off, I think 9 is good enough.
Ms. Zhu cannot come through with anything better than an 8. Or excuse me, 7.
see
So right now China's behind the 8 ball.
Exactly, and you can see the sponsored flags behind her just increasing with the wind speed.
Roman with another 9. And that will do it. No matter what Gu Zhuzong does with this shot right here, it will not be enough. Despite the 10, they're going to come up 1 point short, and that is it. It's over. And Mexico dodges more than one bullet, I would say, Matt.
Exactly, and I mean, that's the exciting part about the format that we have, is the Mexicans just fought and fought and fought, and just with a little bit of luck, they're able to take the bronze medal in a tiebreak.
So perseverance by the Mexican team. Aida Roman and Juan Rene Serrano, high fives and a big hug and a sigh of relief.
They started slowly in the match, but the Chinese had an opportunity on 2 occasions to close it. But given a little bit of tension and the conditions, unfortunately the home crowd weren't able to bring them home to win the bronze medal.
So there you see the scores. It was tied 1 set. China led 3-1 after the second. Mexico came back, tied it up in the third at 3-all. And when it looked like China was going to close out the match in the 4th set, Mexico was able to come back, gain a split, send it to the tiebreaker, and they win it there 18-17 as they both shot 9s. Aida Roman and Juan Rene Serrano, both with 9s. So Aida, who took a mixed team silver medal home from Shanghai last year, will get a bronze medal this year. And Juan Rene, who also won a mixed team silver medal in Shanghai last year, also gets a bronze medal this year. So Shanghai has been good to the Mexican, and they clean up with a bronze medal on this gorgeous, gorgeous day here in Shanghai. It's interesting, man. I was out on the field, and I'll talk about this after I introduce these 2 teams that are coming up right now as we get set for the mixed team gold medal match. And of course, this is number 1, Korea versus number 2, Japan. We've already seen a Korea-Japan matchup this morning, and the Japanese men surprised the Koreans and pulled off the win in that match this morning to win the men's gold medal. Can Japan do it again? We're about to find out. So Japan out on the field first. Kawanaka Kaori, 23 years old, team the 29-year-old Furukawa Takahuru. These two defeated France 6-0 in the 1/8 round, scored a 5-3 win over Germany in the quarterfinals, and then had a 5-3 win over Mexico in the semis. In this match, they'll be facing Kim Woo-jin and Kang Chae-young, the Koreans. Kang Chae-young, 18 years old. She's already got a gold medal in the women's team competition this morning. She's going for gold here, and she'll be in the medal matches later on, so she'll have 3 opportunities to medal today. And Kim Woo-jin, looking for a little bit of redemption after his men's team settled for silver this morning. The Koreans, with an outstanding week, scored a 6-0 win over Georgia in the 8th round, 6-0 over Indonesia in the quarterfinals, and a 6-2 win over China in the semifinals. They lost only 1 set in their last 3 matches.
Yeah, certainly. The Koreans are always a dominating force, and the Japanese, though, it was great to see them victory in the men's team event, and that'll give them a lot of confidence going into this mixed team match. So the Korean team have decided to shoot first. Some say it's an advantage, some say it's better to shoot second, but on this occasion they're shooting first.
What's your preference?
I prefer to shoot first.
Set the tone?
Just gives you, it puts a little bit of pressure on the opposition. If you can start with a good shot with a 10, well, they've got to match it, and gets the momentum going.
An 8 by Kang Chae-young. Now Kim Woo-jin also with an 8. A little bit of a surprising start.
Exactly. So They're both trying to get a feel for the wind conditions. There's an opportunity. They've got to practice field before they come out onto the stage. But
that practice field is a little upriver, and it's not protected
exactly
as the shooting line is here.
Exactly, and just given that the format, you know, whether it's an 8 or 9, can make the difference between a set.
And we'll have to widen the camera out to find that. It's in the 6 ring, way up high. The shot by Furukawa Takaharu, excuse me. So that's straight into the blue ring. And all of a sudden, Korea's feeling a lot better about their first 2 shots. Although, just as I say that,
we've now got a 6 for the Korean team. So obviously gusty conditions out there. Archers finding it very difficult to find an aiming spot that they feel comfortable with.
closing in on that 10 ring, Kim Woo-jin.
So it's given the Japanese archer an opportunity, really. If they can take the first set, it gives them some momentum to going into the final and remaining sets.
Excellent shot by Kawanaka Kaori. The 23-year-old ranked 17th in the world.
8 or better to take out this set.
The silver medalist from the 2012 London Olympics. He closed out the men's morning, and he comes through with a strong shot there to give Japan the first set.
Great start by the Japanese. And, I mean, again, the format, shooting a 6, ideally, you'd think you'd lose the set, but anything can happen. Both countries on the highest stage were in the gold medal match. You wouldn't expect a 6 from a Korean archer, but it happens.
For those of you who are watching to the left of your screen there, you can't see it, but there's a tent. That's where we're located, inside with the rest of the television crew. And this tent creates a barrier, a wind barrier to some degree. However, about midway down, about 30 meters, 35 meters down, all of a sudden, those arrows are exposed to the conditions again.
Exactly. So the archer's not feeling the wind. So their initial feeling is of calm, but again, like you said, after 15, 20 meters, the wind catches the arrow, pushing it from right to left. So the archer's sort of got to anticipate what's down at the target, not what they're feeling on the shooting line.
And how do you anticipate that? How do you compensate for that? Is
Well,
that just experience?
Well, again, they had an opportunity to see the matches previous. Normally they'd have a spotter out here, you know, checking the match prior. They'd go back, report to their coach, to their archers. You know, the first arrows went left 8. You might need to aim a little bit more to the right. Again, the archers had an opportunity this morning. They got a feeling for the venue. But we're getting gusty conditions down here off the river. And it only takes a small little gust to move the arrow from the gold out to the blue ring.
So Korea will start off the second set, trailing 2-0 in the match. And Kang Chae-young, 18 years old, unranked, and an example of the depth that Korea has. The outstanding young archers who are coming up through the ranks, along with the veterans like Kim Woo-jin.
Mr. Kim, he's holds the current world record. He ranked first in the individual event here, and we'll see him later in the gold medal match.
He was a gold medalist at the World Cup final in Tokyo back in 2012. Beautiful shot. Kawanaka Kaori, who won a mixed team silver medal here in Shanghai back in 2011. Wants to improve on that today, along with her teammate Furukawa Takaharu. So Japan hanging right in there after 2 strong shots by Korea to start this second set. Lines up the shot, just a little left. And it looks bigger on the television camera than it actually is, Matt.
Yeah.
As you well know.
70 metres away. That the gold, a little bit smaller once you're aiming through your sight pin. It's unusual for Mr. Kim. I looked at his scorecard during the individual ranking. He did not shoot one arrow out of the 9 ring. All his arrows, all 72 arrows, were within the 9 or 10. So that puts us in a position where
a 9 will tie it, and a 10 gives them a commanding lead.
Exactly, certainly a very commanding lead. And he's done it.
There it is. Another clutch shot by Furukawa Takaharu. And Japan in the driver's seat right now.
You could hear the coach in the background calling down the time remaining left. But that certainly puts him in a commanding lead. In the gold medal match, to be going 4-0 against Korea is certainly a position that you want to be in. Worst case scenario, it'll be a shoot-off if Korea can come back and win the next 2 sets.
And we saw Mexico in the bronze medal match dodge some bullets. They were down 3-1, came back, tied it at 3-all, split a set to get it to the tiebreaker. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility. However, it's a big hill to climb.
Oh, exactly, exactly. And the Japanese should be feeling, comfortable. Worst case scenario, they tie, they still take the match. So they can probably feel a little bit more at ease. The Koreans now have to take it from them.
Japan won the first set, outscoring Korea 33-31, and then outscored them by 1 in the second set, 38-37. But unlike compound, where you keep the cumulative score running, this is set play. So Japan with a 4-0 lead and trying to close out the match. And that 8 is not exactly what the Koreans had in mind. Not to start off this critical set. Kang Chae-young, followed by Kim Woo-jin's 9. And once again, Korea vulnerable.
Exactly, and you can see the arrow holes. Most of their arrows are left of the center, so that wind is certainly stronger than it feels.
Just as we say that.
Exactly. So she's obviously allowed too much. You could hear the wind socks flapping in the breeze.
That arrow goes astray into the 6 ring. A 10 right here would make it a 1-point advantage for Korea. Instead, it's going to be a 4-point advantage. And Korea with a chance to this match going.
Yeah, with 2 arrows remaining in the set, it certainly looks like the Koreans don't have to do too much to get the 2 points for the set.
That breathes new life into Korea. They were on the ropes, but they may still be back on those ropes. There's a 5 put up by Kang Chae-young, the 18-year-old. Unranked. Her only previous international exposure was at the 2011 Youth World Championships in Poland. Now, Kim Woo-jin, the veteran, tries to salvage things. However, a 10 and a 9 right here.
Exactly. And again, like we said, all they've got to do is tie the set to take out the match. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen on this set.
Nope. And no matter what Furukawa Takaharu does with this, the match will go on.
He just needs to use his arrow to get an aiming spot for the next set. Try and execute a good shot so he knows exactly where to aim, and he's done that.
It's not a bad trial balloon.
That'll give you some confidence going into the next set. Certainly needed that.
And certainly Korea needed that set. They get it. They pick up 2 points. and cut the lead in half at 4-2 right now. It's interesting. Korea shoots a 5 in the. They're still able to win the set.
Exactly, and it goes to show what the conditions are like. Normally, again, you wouldn't see Koreans shooting anything outside the goal, but for them to shoot a 5, a 6 on the first set, the conditions are very difficult. So with all the training in the world that they do, still able to shoot a 6 in the gold medal final.
As the day has progressed here along the Huangpu River in the Pudong district of Shanghai, the winds have picked up, coming whipping down the riverside here along the boulevard, and making the conditions challenging to say the very least for these archers who are among the best in the world. So we're all set to go and headed for the 4th set. Still a chance for Japan to close out Korea.
So this being the last set, the Koreans must win. They must win this set to stay alive.
Can't afford to tie, can't afford to split. To take this set and hope to get to the shoot-off, to the tiebreaker, and roll the dice there. Ms. King with an 8 to start off this 4th set. Kim Woo-jin coming through again. The 2011 world champion in Torino.
See the coach in the background giving direction where to aim.
So there's the 8, which matches the shot by Kang Chae-young. Now Furukawa Takaharu has to match the shot by Kim Woo-jin. Tried to use a little body English.
A little. He's been he's been a silver Olympic gold medalist, a silver medalist, so he knows the situation. He's been on the biggest stage before. And again, 2 8s. Opportunity still exists for Japan to either tie the set.
Kim Woo-jin really putting the screws to the Japanese team right there.
Very solid, and it just goes to show why he ranked #1 and why we'll see him in the individual gold medal final.
That is a clutch shot. All the pressure in the world right now, almost got inside the 10 ring. So there is a chance.
10 to win the match. 9 will see us go into a tiebreak.
He closed out the match this morning for a team gold medal, but cannot repeat that here. The 9 means that Korea takes the set, and we're all tied up at 4 apiece. And for the second time here already this afternoon, we're heading for the tiebreaker.
Exactly, and both teams, we saw Mexico come back from a slow start, and again the Koreans were down 0-4, and were able to come back and up at 4-all. Now the match will be decided on 2 arrows. It's anyone's game.
Basically, they were dead in the water, Matt.
Exactly. Like the Japanese archers, they came out very, very strong, and I think the confidence of the Korean archers were probably not what they expected. They normally come very fast out of the gate and start executing 10s and 9s, putting pressure on the other team, and usually they falter. But the tables were turned. The Japanese were able to put it to the Koreans and start with a 4-0 lead.
Seems like it's a little bit of on-the-job training right now for Kang Chae-young.
Yeah, exactly.
The 18-year-old.
She certainly, again, the depth of the Korean archers is huge. So,
and there's no questioning her talent.
Exactly, and for her to make the actual national team is a huge credit to her. At 18, she's been able to rise to the top level very, very quickly.
Let's see how she rises to the occasion right here. Comes up with a 9.
It's a solid shot.
Now the ball is in Japan's court. Just outside, or did it catch the line?
Judges are calling it at 8 down in the blinds, but again, this is the advantage of shooting first. You get the opportunity to put the arrows in the target and put pressure on the other country.
Kim Woo-jin puts it in the 10 ring.
And that'll probably be enough.
Unless they change that first shot.
Exactly.
Of course, if Furukawa Takaharu does not come up with a 10, it's academic. It's a 9, so even if that other shot is a 9 instead of an 8, it's a moot point. Korea has come all the way back, down 4-0 in this match after dropping the first 2 sets, and they've come all the way back to win it in a tiebreaker.
Yeah, just a true credit to their ability, both on a technical basis, but also mentally. They don't normally find themselves 4-0 down, but then to fight back 2-4, 4-all, and win the shoot-off, they're just a great nation, great archery nation. And that's why they're so dominating. They always just fight till the very end.
Tenacity shown right there by Korea. Kang Chae-young and Kim Woo-jin. And Kim Woo-jin was a tower of power in that match. He really held things together when things were looking a little bit bleak.
Exactly, and he's a very solid performer, and we'll see him again this afternoon in the individual matches. But for him to back it up with 2 10s certainly was the main contributor for winning them the gold medal.
So an outstanding week for Team Korea in mixed team competition. Prior to this match today, they had only lost 1 set in their previous 3 matches to Georgia, Indonesia, and China. Came out, dropped the first 2 sets to Japan, but recovered despite the winds, which are really picking up now along the Huangpu River as we get later into the day here in Shanghai. And the clouds starting to regather overhead just a little bit. But a tremendous, tremendous show of perseverance by the Korean team as they come away with the gold medal. Japan settling for the silver. Got off to that great start, but just could not close it out. And in sports, all different sorts of sports, Matt, there is some people, some teams just have a knack for closing out.
Exactly, and I think at the end of the day, it just comes back to self-belief. They know they've trained well, they've trained at the highest level, they can trust their ability, their equipment, their coaching staff. Everything works, so all they've got to do is deliver, not shoot a performance that's out of their ability. They just shoot a normal performance and they get a gold medal.
So now we go to the individual matches, and this will be 5 sets, 3 arrows per archer per set from 70 meters. 2 points awarded for winning a set, 1 point for a tie, and the first archer to score 6 points or more wins the match. And the medal, if there is a tie, will go once again to a 1-arrow shoot-off. Getting set for the women's bronze medal match right now, and another great Korean archer, Ki Bo-bae, facing Germany's Karina Winter. And there is a good look at the 5th-seeded Ki Bo-bae, who won her quarterfinal match 7-3, dropped her semifinal match to teammate Kang Chae-young in 5 sets, 6-4. And she is in the final match taking on Germany's Karina Winter, the 6th seed here in Shanghai. In her quarterfinal match with Japan's Kawanaka Kaori, that went 5 sets. Winter finally winning it 6-4. Then she lost a 5-set semifinal match by the same score, Korea's Choi Mi-soon. Those are the numbers on Karina Winter, 29 years old, 3-1 in match play so far this season, and obviously excited to be here in this match.
Oh, certainly. It's great to see Karina. She trains very, very hard, and she's always making top 8, and she made the World Cup finals on a numerous occasions, but again, to see her here in Shanghai in the bronze medal match is just a great credit to her. She certainly wants to, again, later on this year, qualify an Olympic spot for her nation, and she's certainly proving that her training and preparation for the World Championships is well underway.
And obviously these archers are mindful of picking up the World Cup points that qualify them for the finals in Mexico City in October.
Exactly.
25 points along with a gold medal go to the winner in the men's and women's competition. 18 points to the silver medalist, and I believe it's 15 points for the bronze medalist. So a lot on the line right here as Kibo Bay jumps out to a 2-point lead after the first shot. Shooting quickly.
Good, Karina.
So Vinther staying right with Kibo Bay. Interesting.
Great start by Kibo Bay, taking out the first set.
And just like that, it's a 2-0 lead.
Exactly. We didn't see Kibo Bay last year. She's the 2012 Olympic gold medalist. She took a break from the national team last year, but she's back. And again, a force to be recognised with. She's just shoots so quick. Given these windy conditions, that's the perfect technique you want. Quick aiming, quick shooting. Don't allow too much for the body to move about.
I was going to say that the longer you're there, the longer you hold it.
Exactly.
The more you subject yourself to the wind moving you around.
And your own body tension. It's a bronze medal final, and
you mean the muscles tense up a little bit?
Exactly. And we see that, you know, Kibo Bay, she's shooting 44 pound, which is quite a heavy bow poundage for a female. And again, she shoots very quick, so she can handle that poundage. But the longer you hold, more muscle tension. You've got to adjust for the wind, and all of a sudden that front arm starts to move about. Find yourself in all trouble.
The 2012 Olympic gold medalist who won in a shoot-off with Aida Roman in London spent last year working as a commentator in Korea. Was not on the national team, but has come back. Has been a major factor here today. It's stage 1 in Shanghai. Karina Vinther, who captured a team gold medal at stage 2 in Medellin last year. Interesting after the release.
Yeah, just catching the line there.
Low on the first shot, high on the second one.
Yeah, a very quick shot there by Karina. Not happy with a 7.
Methodically, Kibo Bay moving ahead again by 3 after the first 2 arrows. And Karina Vinther desperately needing a 10 and getting a 10.
Yeah, nice way to finish that set. Still mightn't be enough, but it certainly gives her some confidence.
Odds are Kibo Bay closes out this, and she does by 1. And goes ahead by 4 points in match play, 4-0 after winning the first 2 sets. And Kibo Bay trying to make quick work of Karina Vinther.
It certainly is a very quick match. Both are just shooting very quickly, and we see ourselves with Kibo Bay 4-0 up.
And really, we're looking at one of the dominant archers of the last 5 years or so. In fact, from 2010 to 2012, she won a total of 15 World Cup medals during that time. And especially in 2012, she was dominant. When she was on the World Cup tour, was in 5 events, won gold medals in 3 of the 5, was ranked #1 in the world, won 2 gold medals at the Olympics, won a World Cup final in Tokyo, won a gold medal at stage 1 here in Shanghai. Oh yeah, and that's right. She also won the Longines Prize for Precision.
It's not a bad resume to have. I think on the circuit would love to have her resume and career victories. She's certainly, in a small space of time, she's made a huge impact on the sport.
It's a nice CV.
Yeah, very, very nice.
And I would imagine maybe a little bit refreshed after taking a year off, stepping away a little bit. Nice shot by Carolina Winter.
Yeah, good start in this third set. Yeah, certainly I think, you know, she's been at the highest level. She's a superstar in Korea, having won 2 gold medals at the Olympics.
좋아. 좋아, 좋아.
And just got to, I think that year off she had commentating probably put things in perspective and gave her the hunger to compete on the highest level again.
방향 딱 잡고.
She teamed up with the 2 youngsters, Kang Chae-young and Choi Mi-soon.
좋아.
They won the gold medal this morning in women's team competition. In fact, those 3 did not lose an entire set their last 4 matches.
Yeah, it's
At least their last 4 matches.
It's great, great shooting by the Korean female archers. Again, this might be the last arrow of the match. 7 to win.
Odds are, I think, let's check with the Vegas.
좋아.
I don't think Vegas was counting on that,
No.
but it's enough.
Exactly.
8's enough.
It's enough. And again, very, very quick match. She came out very strong. Started with a 29 and just really didn't shoot a bad arrow.
That is, when you look up dominance in the dictionary, you might see the picture of Ki Bo-bae.
She did not lack any confidence at all.
No.
She came into the stadium just head high, knew what she had to do and executed 9, you know, very, very good arrows to win convincingly over Carolina Winter.
Didn't take long. 3 quick sets. Straight set victory for Ki Bo-bae, who picks up the bronze medal and adds that to the medals in her trophy case. An impressive performance put on by the 2012 Olympic champion. Completes her week, which was only marred by a loss to teammate Kang Chae-young in 5 sets in the semifinals in individual competition. She dropped that one 6-4, and we'll see Kang Chae-young in just a moment in the women's gold medal match, an all-Korean affair. But over very, very quickly. And Carolina Winter, who got to the bronze medal match in Belek at the World Championships in 2013 but failed to medal, also comes away without a medal here in China, where the winds are howling right now here along the Wangpu.
Oh, it's picked up. It's from this morning's session, it's certainly a lot stronger now. And again, we saw Ki Bo-bae win the bronze medal, but we've got a Korean affair. So Korea's going to go 1, 2, 3 on the podium. But I think we'll probably see a little bit of a battle amongst them in the gold medal match, both at the highest level, and they would have shot against each other on numerous occasions in training and back during their Korean selection for the World Championships. So it'll be a matter of pride, and certainly there'll be a lot of emotions running wild. They'll try and keep themselves under wraps, but again, it'll be whoever starts the strongest will probably, you know, be more comfortable and you know, take the match to the best.
And those training sessions are intense.
Oh, the actual national selection process that the Koreans do is by far the most intensive process, and they get the best team out of that.
So now we move on to the women's gold medal match, and it will be Kang Chae-young of Korea, facing her teammate Choi Mi-soon. Both of those young women with gold medals already in team competition. And we saw Kang Chae-young just win a gold medal in mixed team competition as well. So she's going for the trifecta here, trying to pick up her third gold medal of the day. Undefeated in match play so far this year. She got to this match with a 7-1 win in the quarterfinals and then knocked off Kibo Bae in 5 sets in the semifinals. Now she takes on Choi Mi-soon, a 6-2 winner over Katuna Lorig of the United States in the quarters and a 6-5 winner over Karina Winter in the semis. So there's a good look at Choi Mi-soon. Both of these archers 18 years young.
Yeah, it's a great scene to see the Korean archers at such a young age already in the national team and in a gold medal final. Looks very promising for their Olympic preparations for 2016.
So with the wind picking up, we get set for the gold medal match, and Korea will definitely take all 3 medals in women's competition here after Kibo Bae secured the bronze medal. Now it's just a matter of who gets silver and who gets gold. And Kang Chae-young and Choi Mi-soon are going to battle it out for that. Advantage, Ms. Kang.
Yeah, Miss Kang had an opportunity in the mixed team round to get a feel for the conditions. So she's probably feeling a little bit more relaxed. She knows where to aim.
Shooting quickly.
Exactly.
As you recommended, Matt.
It's easy saying and it's very difficult to do, but ideally that's how you want to shoot. And Kibo Bae showed us what to do. You know, it was a flawless performance that she had.
Could see the Choi Mi-soon trying to make some adjustments. But a solid set right there by Kang Chae-young, who had the advantage over Choi Mi-soon by being out here earlier in the mixed team.
Yeah, exactly, and it certainly helped. And she takes that first set.
Choi Mi-soon shakes her head, says, "Yeah, okay, now I understand. I've got a feel for it now."
Exactly.
But not before Kang Chae-young takes the first set, goes up 2-0. Now, these archers are shooting into the wind. The wind's coming down the river, they're shooting into it. Harder to shoot into the wind?
It is. They've, again, they're very protected here on the shooting line, and shooting into the wind, the arrow, if they shoot a poor shot, it can be very drastic. The wind will pick up the arrow and make a massive change in the direction of the flight. So, again, they've just got to execute a very nice, fast and sweet shot, and the arrow will maintain its direction. But given the headwind, it is a lot more difficult than shooting a tailwind.
And again, for folks who may be watching for the first time, these arrows don't go on a straight line from the bow right to the target. There's an arcing trajectory, and they're also fishtailing.
Exactly, and the average speed would, it's probably about 210 feet per second. There is some drift that occurs, so given the conditions, the archers will be probably aiming in the 8 ring. But Miss Kang there has opened up the second set with a 10.
So Choi Mi-soon struggling just a little bit. She's making her second international appearance. Kang Chae-young also making her second international appearance on the world stage. But she's been out twice already today. Choi Mi-soon just once. So she sandwiches 2 9s around that 8. And Kang trying to go up 4-0. We'll do just that. We could have another straight set situation on our hands right here.
It's very unusual that we'd see such a dominating match for Miss Kang against her teammate. They rank very closely together during the ranking round, but given the stage of this match play format, it can change very, very quickly, as we've seen all day today. But Miss Joy, she'll have to come out. She'll shoot first. She needs to put pressure on her teammate. Again, it's very unusual after 6 arrows to see her having only shot 110. During their ranking round, they average scores of 56 and 57. With that, they'd need to shoot 2 or 3 10s in every 6 arrows. So to have her only shoot 110, it's very unusual.
So there's your situation. But we've seen others come back from behind before here this afternoon. And if Choi Mi-soon wants to keep her hopes of a gold medal alive, she needs to start shooting 10s, and she does.
Certainly what she needed. Confidence as well.
So for the first time in this match, Choi Mi-soon takes a slight lead and builds upon that.
Dead center.
Kang Chae-young not going to make it easy. And now an opportunity for Kang to tie this match up. Falls 1 point short. And so 2 set points to Choi Mi-soon.
It's a great standard of shooting. To lose a set shooting 10-9-9 and is very unusual. You'd think given the conditions that a 28 would be enough to win a set, but you know, to come back and shoot 29 is great. That'll give us some confidence. She'll still shoot first because she's the lower ranked. She's got an opportunity now to put it to Miss Kang and try and even this match up at 4-all.
Wouldn't that be something? But Choi Mi-soon certainly capable of doing that. At the 2013 Asian Championships in Taipei City, she won a team gold medal and a mixed team silver medal. She already has a gold medal in her pocket from this morning's women's team gold medal match, a match that the Koreans dominated, defeating Germany 6-0. And as I mentioned with Matt Gray just a few moments ago, the Korean women's team going through their final 4 matches here in Shanghai, not dropping a single solitary set. They're talented, they're well coached, they're well trained, and they are mentally tough and tenacious. Going head to head, both with 9s on their first shots. Clinched just a bit.
Yeah, you can see both arrows there to the left of the center, 9 and an 8. Can Miss Kang close the opportunity?
Just slightly moves ahead.
Takes a 1 point lead.
Bow hand steady. And that's what happens.
Exactly. So now we see a situation. Miss Kang can take the match if she shoots a 10.
Got it.
Does.
That's it. Well played by Kang Chae-young. And Kang Chae-young has just won her 3rd gold medal of the day.
She certainly had a great day for her. 3 gold medals.
Every year you see somebody new come from Korea and you go, how could there be anybody better? And then the next year, Kang Chae-young shows up and wins 3 gold medals in Shanghai at stage 1.
Certainly she might be the lady to watch coming into the World Championships, Olympic qualifier.
A tremendous day for Kang Chae-young. who led from start to finish. Went up 4-0 after the first 2 sets, dropped a set, then recovered to win the 4th set and win the match 6-2. And King Chae-young, certainly one of the stars of today's recurve competition at stage 1, as she collects her 3rd gold medal. She's going to be busy after this is over.
I think so.
Spending a lot of time on that podium.
She's really to a credit to the actual Korean national team. Like you said, they were so professional, and for her to walk away, it's her 2nd international tournament, winning the women's team event, the mixed team event, and now the individual women's gold medal. Certainly she's grabbed plenty of points for the World Cup final as well.
And her ship has definitely come in here in Shanghai. Of course, you have to look at this and say, she's obviously an outstanding athlete. She's tremendously gifted talent in this sport, but she's also the product of a great system that brings these athletes along. And this didn't happen overnight. This was years in the making.
Oh, certainly. The system they have over in Korea, they grab them at primary school level. They instruct them so quickly and have a very, very professional coaching system. So by the time they've hit their early teens, they're ready for international competition. And now we've got Youth World Championships, Asian Games. There's so many big platforms that they can perform on and succeed.
So our hats off to the ladies from Korea who take all 3 medals, the silver, the bronze, and the gold medal here at stage 1 in Shanghai. Now the gentlemen take center stage. It's the men's bronze medal match. And once again, Korea will be represented, but so will Indonesia. Indonesia's Rio Agatha, who was out here earlier today in the morning sessions in the team competition. Indonesia winning a bronze medal, defeating Spain in a shoot-off and a tiebreaker. And Agatha, 23 years old, back out and getting set to compete for another bronze medal. What a great day this would be if he would be able to come away with a bronze. And if he does, he's going to have to defeat one of the best Korean archers on the team, Lee Sung-yeon.
Exactly, Mr. Lee, world champion back in 2013.
Good look at Lee Sung-yeon, who scored a 5-set quarterfinal win over Brady Ellis in 6-4, then was blanked by Kim Woo-jin in the semifinals, but 3-1 in match play this year, and an outstanding resume of his own. Just another outstanding Korean archer. And so Rio Agatha has his work cut out for him. Of course, got his work done this week. Won a 6-5 tiebreaker in the semifinals against Oh Jin-hyuk.
Yeah, he's certainly surprised package. We haven't really seen him on the World Cup scene. He shot a 349 in the second half of the ranking round, which was the highest for the whole field. And he's certainly been doing a lot of work back home. And I think we will see a lot of him in the future World Cups.
So Mr. Lee to shoot first. Won the world title in Belek in 2013 with shots just like that. Agatha, who suffered a 7-1 setback in the semifinals at the hands of Kubon Chan, falls behind by 2 early on. From a 10 to a 7.
Yeah, a bit lax with the front arm. Normally we don't see that from Mr. Lee.
Big shot, big time shot.
All of a sudden, Agatha's got a 1-point lead.
So an 8 to tie it up, split the set. A 9 to win the set and take a 2-0 lead. Rio Agatha. There's the 10 he wanted. He did a great job this morning in the bronze medal match. Had some good support from his two teammates. But Ega Agatha, 23 years old, has been ranked in the top 100. That was back in 2013. And right now making his third World Cup appearance, trying to take home 2 bronze medals from Shanghai. And he looks like he's been here before.
He does. I was just looking at his demeanor. He's very relaxed. This is his first World Cup final, and it's like another day for him. He's not showing any signs of anxiety, any tension. Very relaxed. He's gone against Mr. Lee, the world champion, and he's 2 sets ahead.
I've got to think, if you've beaten Oh Jin-hyuk during qualifying, you're not going to be intimidated.
Well, he's certainly showing that at the moment.
So Ega Agatha wins that first set, outscoring Lee Sung-yun 28-26. And trailing 2-0, Sung-yun. Slight turn, slight adjustment.
Hi.
No need for adjustment by Ega Agatha.
No, his last 3 arrows have been 10, so he's after shooting an 8 on his first. He's found the spot, as has Mr. Lee.
Knotted up at 19. As we shift back to Lee Sung-yun. And again, another dagger into the 10 ring. Turns up the heat on his Indonesian opponent.
Nice.
Right on the line.
That's
I
a
like
great sign under pressure. To shoot a 10 to tie the set. He held probably a little bit longer than he did normally, but he's still able to execute a very, very solid shot and tie the set with a 10.
Yes.
So after taking a 2-0 lead, winning the first set, Ega Agatha splits the second set. Splits the points, each pick up 1 point. And the Indonesian archer leading 3-1 in the match. First 1-6 wins the match and takes the bronze medal. And of course, if Ega Agatha can win this match, he can prevent a sweep by the Koreans. As we've got Kim Woo-jin and Koo Bon-chan getting set for the gold medal match. They're out there waiting in the wings. Lee Sung-yun trying to make it possible for a sweep by the Koreans.
See that win flag, the Chinese flag, really coming head on now. There's no real crosswind.
It's a 9-liner.
Nice.
Grimaced just as he released it.
Yeah, he didn't look happy, but only a centimetre left of the 10 line. I'm going to call that out.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, I don't think it's clipped the line. The judges have temporarily called it a 9.
The Korean coach,
Nice. Yeah.
perhaps trying to influence the judges a little bit.
Unfortunately, the big screen down the end indicates 9.
No doubt about it. Not that time. Can he do it again? Come through with another 10 to split the set. Look at that left arm wavering. You could see the shakes.
The first 2 sets, he looked very comfortable, but as we progress through the match, his shots are becoming a little bit longer, and certainly that front arm, a lot of probably trying to aim too much.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is that fatigue or is that just the pressure of the moment, thinking things through, knowing where you are in the match and what could happen if you can come up with this match or this shot?
Exactly. There'd be a lot of things going through his mind. He probably didn't expect to be 3-1 up. And he needed a 10 to at least tie the set. He probably tried to aim and try to hit the X, where really just allow the sight to float around the gold and execute a nice shot. He probably would have got his 10, but had to settle for an 8, and now we're tied at 3-all.
So Ega Agatha leading 2-0 after the 3-1 after the second, now finds himself tied with Lee Sung-yun. And the Korean archer trying to mount a comeback. As we said, he won the world title in Belek in 2013 on the beach in Turkey. Captured another gold medal at stage 2 in Medellin 2 years ago, 2013. Picked up 2 gold medals at stage 4 in Poland at Wrocław in 2013. And trying to go for the bronze here in Shanghai.
Probably a good move to change his sight. You can see a lot of his arrows just low left of the 10 ring.
Just a slight adjustment after making that shot, and there's a big adjustment.
Much easier shot there by Ega Agatha.
Got his groove back. Grouping, good grouping by Lee Sung-yun, but it's outside the 10 ring.
Give another little tweak on that side, I think.
Opportunity here for Rio Agatha.
Good.
Not a bad shot. Wind starting to pick up a bit more. You can see the front arm again, just a bit more tension. But he'd be happy with a 9.
That dropped, is that on the line? Or?
Yeah, just clipped the 9.
I think so.
And I'd be given a few more turns on that side. All these arrows are low left.
Critical shot right here by Ega Agatha. Is it out or in?
That's in. It's enough.
Wow. Talk about a close call.
He's been able to rid that tension that he had in the 3rd set. Just starting to creep up. These shots were getting a little bit longer. But again, that's just a true sign of his ability. Pushing Mr. Lee to the most in this match. We see Mr. Lee making another adjustment on his sight.
He's made several adjustments.
Yeah, I think these days with the technology, they're very, very fine tuning sights. So 1 click is probably a 1/10 of a millimetre. So you need to really be aggressive with those adjustments. 3 or 4 clicks probably would have been. He just wasn't giving it enough. So we'll see how he goes in this this final set.
Well, the Korean archer certainly has his back against the wall right now. The question is, can Rio Agatha from Indonesia close it out? Go for the jugular, go for the kill, get it done right here, win the bronze medal. After defeating Oh Jin-hyuk 6-5 in a tiebreaker, he has the opportunity to defeat another great Korean archer, Lee Sung-yun. And Lee Sung-yun with a surprising 8. That's in the 9 ring.
He willed it in. Expression on the face.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy with it, but 9 will do.
And Lee Sung-yun has seen things go south here in this 5th set. He's in dire straits right now, especially if, oh yes, definitely in dire straits after another 10 by Ega Agatha. Has to have a 10, gets a 10, but he's at the mercy of the Indonesian archer.
Exactly. So a 7 to win.
For his 2nd bronze medal of the day, and he's got it. Rio Agatha from Indonesia, his second win over a top-notch Korean archer this week here in Shanghai. And he collects his second bronze medal of the day.
And a worthy winner. You can hear the crowd very happy to see him jump on the podium and win a bronze medal. Very consistent. Not one arrow out of the 8 ring. Only 2 arrows shot out of the 9 ring.
His coach having to remind him that he needs to smile. You just won.
Exactly.
Enjoy the moment.
Exactly. And despite that, the third set, where he showed a little bit of tension, it was a great performance. His first time on the World Cup stage, and you know, he really put it to Mr. Lee.
Well, he started off with an 8 on his very first shot, and then, as you said, in that third shot, his final shot was also an 8. But other than that, nothing but 9s and 10s.
And given these conditions, they are very, very difficult. He shot consistently and very, very solid, and you know, very deserving of the bronze medal.
So obviously an outstanding day for Rio Agatha. 23 years young. His world ranking will improve. He picks up some important World Cup points to start off the season. We'll see if he stays with the World Cup Tour and is able to go to Turkey and then on to Poland and Colombia as well. But the top 7 will make the World Cup finals in Mexico City in October, and picking up the bronze medal gives you 15 points here.
Yeah, valuable points for the World Cup final. And again, we see that the World Cup final will only allow 2 archers from one nation. So it opens it up a little bit when the Koreans are so dominating, because often they see 3 archers in that top 7. So the bottom archer will have to drop out and allow another archer to step forward. So with the points that he's received at this tournament, certainly puts him in good stead for the rest of the year.
So there will not be a sweep in men's competition here today in Shanghai at stage 1. Agatha making sure of that as he steps up and wins the bronze medal and denies Korea a sweep. Korea will get the silver and the gold medal, and they'll be on that victory podium in just a little bit. But Rio Agatha will join them on the podium today.
Yeah, really great performance for him, and I think the crowd wanted to see that. They're very dominating, but to see another nation, and Indonesia, it's not a nation that you expect to be up on the podium in archery, but it's great to see. You know, the development that's going around the world, and the importance of this year being for Olympic spots is just, we're seeing countries, you know, developing and improving. Certainly makes it hard for the rest of the world.
And we saw the national pride this morning when the Indonesian team took to the podium with their flag of Indonesia. All right, getting set now for the men's gold medal match, and it is an all-Korean affair. Once again, it's Kim Woo-jin of Korea taking on Koo Bon-chan of Korea. Kim Woo-jin, number 1 seed, Koo Bon-chan, the number 2 seed. And there's a good look at Mr. Kim, 22 years old, ranked 20th in the world. Been on the national team for 5 years now. Outstanding athlete who scored a 3-set, 6-0 quarterfinal win, then won his semifinal match 7-1. So really wasn't tested in the last 2 matches, at least not tested all that much. Kim Woo-jin, that was Koo Bon-chan, I should say, who was not tested. Kim Woo-jin has been tested, had a 6-4 win in the quarterfinals. And we'll get to that in a moment as we take a look at Koo Bon-chan, who's 22 years old and ranked 9th in the world. Has been ranked as high as 7th before. Yet to lose in match play this year, though, Matt.
He's got a very good victory so far this year. I spoke to Mr. Kim during training yesterday and spoke about his performance in the semi-finals, and he indicated that he's extremely nervous. He had to close the match out, and he said he was doing a lot of huffing and puffing, trying to get that heart rate down and get rid of that adrenaline, because he was so nervous, he said. But again, I think he'll probably feel a little bit more comfortable shooting against his teammate.
Kim Woo-jin swept Lee Sung-yun in the semis, a 3-set 6-0 victory. Before that, had a 6-4 win in the quarterfinals in a match that went the full 5. And it was Kuban Chan who had a 3-set 6-0 quarterfinal win. Followed that up with a 7-1 semifinal win. So it's Kuban Chan who's yet to be tested, but he will be now. Taking on his teammate Kim Woo-jin. Mr. Koo starts off with a 10. And Kim connects with a 10. Touching the line.
It's clipped the line. Judges have put an asterisk against it, but I believe that's a 10.
10.
Very high standard already we're seeing in this gold medal match.
And 29 may not be enough to take the set. And it won't be if. It's tough to tell from that angle.
That bottom one, again, judges are really going to have to grab the magnifying glass and have a real close look at that. If any part of the arrow is touching the line, it will be awarded the higher value, that being a 10. But I certainly believe that second arrow was a 10. So worst case scenario, I think we've got a tie. But Mr. Koo, if he gets awarded that third arrow, will take the set.
That would be the best case scenario for him.
Exactly.
Not Kim, but for Kuban Chan. Look at those arrows. And the judges will.
Exactly.
So will the agents.
The agents will certainly be supporting, and we see that Mr. Kim has been awarded 0, so he's lost that set. Mr. Koo has taken the set points. The judge is awarding 10, 10, 10 for him.
So let me see if I have this right. You shoot at 29, and it's not good enough.
Exactly. You got to shoot perfect.
It is the gold medal match here on the World Cup Tour.
Not happy with that shot. Bit of self-talk going on there for Mr. Kim.
슈팅 먼저다, 슈팅. 오, 9.5. 좋았어. 괜찮아.
So the early advantage in the second set to Kuban Chan.
미끌 만들고. 어?
Steely-eyed. Sticks it in the 9 ring. Ooh, an uncharacteristic shot from Kuban Chan.
I didn't see that coming. The shot looked the same as the previous shot. So he's still got an opportunity to at least tie the set with a 10.
So all may not be lost for Kuban Chan. But he has to come through with a 10, and he does. So he does tie the set.
Not the most consistent method to take out to tie the set, but he was able to.
If you were drawing up the game plan, that's not exactly how you do it, but
Exactly.
bottom line business.
Exactly. And I think, I mean, there's a little bit of luck that goes on. We could see that in the first set, just so close, and he was able to get awarded the 2 10s right on the line. And then I'm not sure what happened with that second arrow. It looked identical to the first one. Whether his sight just wasn't in the middle at the time when it executed, but
Could it have been a gust of wind?
it just didn't seem to be the win. It just seemed perhaps it was too rushed. His sight just wasn't on the mark. And I think the coach was as surprised as we were.
The human element.
The Koreans are human.
Yes.
They do make mistakes.
No mistake made there.
Nicely executed shot.
야, 클리 포인트. 그렇지. 그렇지. 9.5.
Advantage Kim Woo-jin.
좀더 빼줘라.
Kim Woo-jin, the gold medalist at the World Cup final in Tokyo 3 years ago. Won the 2011 World Championships in Torino. And is really in a battle right now with his teammate Koo Ban-chan.
I think he was happy with the 10 there. Looked very rushed.
Good release, good follow through.
10-10-10 to take the set.
Well, he learned from the first set, 29's not enough.
Exactly, needs to shoot 30.
And he does shoot 30. And as a result of those 3 straight 10s, we're all tied up at 3 apiece. So a great battle going on between the 2 Korean teammates, Koo Ban-chan and Kim Woo-jin. Koo Ban-chan won the gold medal at the Asian Grand Prix last summer. Also took home a silver medal from Turkey at stage 2 in Antalya last year. A team gold medal as well. And then won a gold medal with his team at stage 2 in Medellin. But a wealth of talent for the Korean team to choose from.
Exactly. And
just about everybody they put out there has an excellent chance of winning.
Exactly. And we've seen some big names not included in the national team this year. And, you know, Mr. O, Olympic champion in 2012, he's here at the tournament, but he didn't make it through to the semi-finals. So it just goes to show how high the standard is.
Tough to stay on top.
Exactly.
Everybody's coming after you, including your own teammates.
Exactly. Everyone wants a piece of that prize.
There is a target on your back, so to speak. Tied at 3-all here in the 4th set. And back and forth we go.
It's very hard to pick a winner at this stage. Both archers are very consistent. Despite Mr. Koo's 6, he hasn't shot an arrow out of the gold.
Keeps it in the gold, but not happy about that last shot. Koo Ban-chan to move ahead in the match, but nope, can't do it. So they remain tied.
Tied at 4-all.
Very evenly matched, both of these archers. Incredibly talented, well coached, disciplined, mentally tough.
You just see the demeanor of both archers. Mr. Koo, he seems like he's enjoying himself, but Mr. Kim, frustrated in that last set. He's missing the 10 ring just by a centimetre or 2, and then made a slight adjustment on his sight. But he's just got to refocus, trust his own ability. He's the #1 ranked archer after the ranking round. Going into the last set.
Kim Woo-jin fighting for his 3rd medal of the day. Got a silver medal in the men's team competition this morning. Picked up a gold medal in mixed team competition this afternoon. And is trying to pick up his 2nd gold medal. But Koo Ban-chan putting up a fight. We're tied at 4-all here in the 5th set. And every shot magnified now, becoming bigger and bigger, and that's a big 10 for Koo Ban-chan.
High 8. Certainly not what he wanted with this last set. It's opened the door for Mr. Koo.
A look of regret on the face of Kim Woo Jin as Kuban Chan moves in on the gold medal. Not over yet, though. A 10 right here would make things very interesting. However, now it just takes 8 or better to win.
Yeah, very comfortable position, but as long as he doesn't think too much.
No, I don't think he did.
Great way to close the match. Centimetre from the cross, from the dead center.
Almost killed the spider, but got the job done. Kuban Chan
잘했어.
picking up the gold medal here in a battle with his teammate Kim Woo Jin. So a lot of hardware. A lot of medals going to the Koreans here today, which is what we expected here on Recurve Sunday. But you've got to say this, Matt Gray. It was good to see some nations and some archers stepping up and really challenging the Koreans.
Oh, exactly. And for the Indonesian nation, again, we haven't really seen them on the World Cup stage. To take away 2 bronze medals, men's team, and again, the individual bronze is great. And again, as we go further into the year, the World Championships in Denmark will decide Olympic quota spots. And every nation will be vying to get those spots for Rio. So I think Indonesia certainly stepped up, and now it's up to the other nations to follow.
And Japan stepped up today as well.
Exactly. They always seem to perform well here in Shanghai. We saw the men's team defeat Australia. And again, they...
Sorry about that, mate.
So no worries, I've forgotten about it. But then they've done it again this year. They've defeated Korea. So Japan is certainly they've had good preparation in the Asian Games, and along with we see Vietnam as well. They're having good performances. They're not in the medal rounds, but they're certainly up there. So archery is certainly developing, and we're seeing a lot of countries that really weren't high performing nations, but now they're putting a lot of pressure on the European countries. So come July, August for the World Championships, we might see a whole heap of different athletes and nations competing at the Olympic Games.
And really, it's the plan, it's the grand plan for world archery to get more nations involved, get more athletes involved, grow the sport, make it more global. And as you do that, you're bringing in athletes from, gosh, you don't know where the next great athlete's going to come from.
Exactly. And,
could be anywhere.
And I've overheard that there's up to 91 countries competing at these World Championships this year, and up to 60 men's teams, all fighting for 8 Olympic quota spots. So, everyone now after Shanghai is going to prepare themselves for Antalya, and then again, World Championships. It'll be very interesting, but certainly the Koreans have shown that they're still the #1 nation, and we just need to follow in their footsteps and fight a little bit harder.
And a lot of nations picking things up, a lot of great facilities being built. We've talked about this before this weekend, the Excellence Center in Lausanne that's being built, the FIVX Center in Korea. Of course, we know about the Easton Archery Center in the United States in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're seeing more great facilities, and I think that leads to more great archers being developed in programs.
Exactly, and a lot quickly too, a lot more quickly. Years gone by, it might take an archer from beginner stage to Olympic level 5 or 6 years, but now we're seeing 2 or 3 years, seeing young kids meet the stadium, performing on the highest level and actually in medaling. So it's great to see for the development of archery.
It's really remarkable. I mean, here we are, we're talking about 18-year-old athletes. When you and I were 18 years old, we couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. Here they are, they're standing out here on a shooting line, all these people watching, all these cameras, and they're able to put an arrow target 70 meters away.
Yeah, it's great. And that just goes to show that the support network that they have, they've got coaches, physios, nutritionists, psychologists, all working for the main goal of performing at the highest level. And when it all comes together, the archer is the actor. They're on the big stage and they perform. And it was great to see, Indonesia's archer perform at the highest level. They had a slight hiccup in one set, but other than that, he was just emotionless. Very calm, very relaxed. used all his techniques that he'd been training with and delivered, and it's great to see.
Did not get thrown off his game. Agatha, whom we'll see in just a few moments. A great day for him. The two stars of the day, King Chae-young, the young Korean female archer, and Riau Agatha from Indonesia, collecting multiple medals. And the same is true for Furukawa Takaharu of Japan. Now we get set for the presentation of the medals for the teams able to run the gauntlet here in Shanghai and come away with a medal in mixed team competition. What a glorious weekend it has been here in Shanghai. The weather cooperating, and the archers providing excellent performances. Aida Roman and Juan Rene Serrano, your bronze medalists in the mixed team competition. Had a chance to speak with Aida last night at dinner. She has been away from home for weeks. A nomadic lifestyle, to say the least. Not easy to do this. Stay out on the road and maintain this level of performance.
It's very difficult, and a lot of athletes do it these days. Living out of a suitcase, it's hard to get into a routine. You're going from tournament to tournament. I know the Mexicans have shot a lot in the United States. Shot the Arizona Cup and the Gator Cup, all in preparation for this tournament here in Shanghai. But we've only got 2 weeks until the World Cup in Antalya, so it's a short turnaround, but probably see some new faces on the podium again.
There's a happy face, Kawanaka Kaori and Furukawa Takaharu. And for Mr. Furukawa, his second medal of the day to go along with that gold medal that he won this morning in men's team competition. So it has been a profitable weekend for Furukawa Takaharu. The Japanese giving the Koreans a run for the money, but in the end of the day, along with King Chae-young, came through and win the gold medal in mixed team competition. Korea coming from behind after falling behind by 4-0. They won the third set, they won the fourth set, forced a tiebreaker, and won it 5-4. And as the result, they stand atop the victory podium here in Shanghai. One of 3 medals on the day for the 18-year-old King Chae-young of Korea. Korea the gold, Japan the silver, and Mexico the bronze medal. Carl Larkey along with Matt Gray here during the award ceremonies in Shanghai along the Wangpu River. And I think what will be interesting, Matt, is to see what other stages Korea chooses to attend. Traditionally in the past, we've seen them pick 1, 2, maybe at most 3 of the stages to go to. And of course, they've got a lot of other things on their plate and on their agenda, so it'll be interesting to see where else they show up this summer.
Yeah, I think certainly last year they had their selection process for the Asian Games. Already they've selected their team for the World Championships, so I'm pretty 100% sure we'll see them in Antalya. And again, like you said, whether they choose to send their archers to the third and the fourth World Cup will be interesting. But the main preparation for all nations is for the World Championships this year. It is so vital to get those Olympic quota spots. There's so much pressure financially from the sporting organisations because a lot of sponsorship and government funding is determined on Olympic quota spots. So
winning solves a lot of problems, doesn't it?
It certainly makes it a lot easier, both for the coach and for the archer.
Yes, yes.
But unfortunately, the world we live in today, it's all about succeeding, and that extra pressure come Copenhagen in Denmark will be there, and again, the coaches will be very stressed, and so will the archers. But once that's completed, we'll know at least half the archers or half the nations that will be going to the Olympics.
Shanghai has definitely been Korea's pearl here today in recurve competition as we now get set for the presentation of the medals to the victorious women in the recurve competition this afternoon. And I do mean Shanghai has been Korea's pearl, as Shanghai sees 3 Korean archers coming out to the victory podium to accept their medals. Now, these archers all have picked up important World Cup points, so Korea may look at that and say, all right, how many of these stages do we need to go to be able to send archers to represent us at the World Cup finals in October in Mexico City?
Exactly. So
it's a strategy.
Exactly. And again, you know, they've got valuable points here, first, second and third. And normally to reach the World Cup final, probably 35 points should probably see you reach the top 7, because it is very difficult to go back to back and to see an archer make 2 finals. So it's incredibly hard. But it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the year follows. But certainly the Koreans they've had a perfect result, 1, 2 and 3. And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Karina Winter, she still gets valuable points, and she'll be hoping to get more points in Antalya. And again, depending on the results at World Championships, will depend on whether the nations choose to send their archers to the 3rd and 4th World Cup.
Sure. For Korea, it's a long trip to Colombia, so they look at that. They look at, obviously this was a short trip to come to Shanghai for the Korean team. Turkey, it's within range.
And we've also got to consider the Olympic test event.
True.
Which the Koreans will definitely be at. And that's later on the year after the World Cups. So I believe Colombia is a week before the Olympic test event. So we may see nations choose to go to Colombia and then jump on the plane and head over to Brazil for the Olympic test event. And again, if Korea go to Colombia, it's a good opportunity to get some more valuable World Cup points.
So we shall see as the summer plays out. And the medal finally awarded.
Losing the Ray-Bans.
Gotta have those. Especially on a day like today. Earlier today, that sun really reflecting off the yellow carpet here.
Yeah, this year they've changed the direction in which the archers had to shoot. And obviously the sun position in a different part of the sky. But some archers choose to shoot in the sunglasses, some archers choose not to, but all the Koreans wearing a bucket type style hat just to prevent that glare reflecting off their face.
Now there's the look of joy. And she should be happy. What a day it's been for Kang Chae-young, 18 years old, came here unranked, but that'll change.
Certainly she'll get valuable world ranking points.
A nice check, a nice plaque, World Cup points, and a chance to hear her national anthem. We'll get to know that song by heart.
Probably hear that again in just a few
Just
moments.
a few minutes. We heard it in the mixed team medal presentation. We heard it here in the women's team the women's individual competition, the women's medal matches. The three Koreans, Kibobe picking up the bronze medal, Choi Mi-soon the silver medal, and the gold medal going to Kang Chae-young. So quite a haul for the Korean team here in Shanghai. The men and the women. About the only thing that didn't go right for them was the bronze medal match in the men's competition this afternoon, and the Indonesian archer, the fly in the ointment.
Exactly. He truly deserving winner for the bronze medal match, and otherwise Korea would have had a clean sweep for both men and women, taking home the 6 medals on offer in the individual finals.
It has been quite a day here along the river for Korea, but that was not unexpected.
The wind stopped. Well, certainly died down.
Now that the shooting's all died down.
Yeah, how ironic.
But that's all right. That's part of the thinking, is to challenge the archers to try to find a location. It's going to be not just beautiful and iconic, but also challenging.
Exactly, and it's great for the spectators. It's not a one-horse race. Every archer's got to deal with the same conditions. So whether it's raining, as we had last year, or whether it's strong gusty breeze as we had this year, the archers are put in the same environment and have to deal with that, along with the anxiety and the pressure of the finals.
And you see that in other sports, Matt. I'm thinking of the British Open. Played sometimes in tremendous wind and rain on those great links courses, and it's a challenge. It's looked upon as a challenge by the great golfers of the world. So if the archers are having to challenge the winds and the rain and things like that, then
so be it.
So be it.
Exactly, and it just goes to show that along with all the training they do, the mental side of things is probably the most important thing. They have to dig deep, be confident in their own ability, and deliver. And like we said, strong gusty winds. Just got to prepare the shot and be confident.
Well, hats off to Professor Dr. Erdner, the president of the World Archery Federation, who's been at the helm and has built up this World Cup Tour, which is now in its 10th year. Juan Carlos Olgado obviously getting a lot of credit for putting all this together and making all this possible. Big reason why we're all sitting here today.
Oh, it's tremendous for the support that he's given us and the direction he's taken archery. To see the amount of sponsors jump on board, the television, the webcam that's available out there, and it's only going to grow the sport even further. And being an Olympic sport, you certainly have to fight, compete against all the other sports, but with the nation participation increasing, Australia's just going to, archery's only just going to improve and grow and be better for everybody.
And do you see that down in Australia?
We do. And along with a lot of the American films that are coming out that are using archery, young kids go to the cinema, they watch a movie that's got archery involved, and all of a sudden they want to be like the heroes. They want to try archery. And once they try it, they join a club, they start to develop, start to do a few tournaments, they buy archery products, and all of a sudden the sport's growing and growing. So what we have in Australia is the venues are getting too small. That's a good problem. Exactly. We're having competitions where, we're having to have a morning and an afternoon session because the entries are so huge that it can't accommodate everybody at the same time. So I'm sure that every other nation's having the same problem.
That's the good news. That is the good news. But these are the archers who are the cream of the crop. Koo Ban-chan of Korea, the gold medalist, Kim Woo-jin, the silver medalist, and Rio Agatha from Indonesia, the bronze medalist. By the way, we haven't wished all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day.
Exactly. I've left my wife at home with my 3 children, so hopefully my children have celebrated Mother's Day, done plenty of good things for her. And I'll have to ring my mother this afternoon and wish her a very happy Mother's Day.
So for all you moms around the world, happy Mother's Day. We're glad you spent some of it with us here on World Archery TV. And I know there's some proud moms out there of these archers who have performed so well on this stage here in Shanghai, not just today, but all weekend long. What a performance yesterday by Sarah Lopez of Colombia. An outstanding day for Sarah Lopez. And here today, some great individual performances. Kang Chae-young of Korea, Ryo Agatha, Furukawa Takaharu of Japan, and obviously the Korean team dominating throughout the entire day. It started this morning when the Korean women won the gold medal in the team competition, and it ends with 2 Korean archers on the podium at the end of the day, Kuban Chan and Kim Woo-jin accepting the gold medal and the silver medal. Well, it has been a great day. Let's recap it for you. In women's team competition, Korea wins the gold, Germany the silver, USA the bronze. And then in men's team competition, Japan takes the gold, Korea the silver, and Indonesia the bronze medal. Indonesia featuring Agatha, who would be a factor later on in the day. In mixed team competition, it was Korea winning the gold medal, Japan the silver, Mexico the bronze. In women's competition, Kang Chae-young winning the gold medal, Choi Mi-soon the silver, and Kibo Bae the bronze. And in the men's competition, Kuban Chan, gold medalist, Kim Woo-jin the silver, and the bronze medal goes to Ega Agatha. Well, our thanks to Fila, Kia, Sport Toto, Longines, Turkish Airlines, and Hoyt Bows and Easton Arrows for their great support of World Cup Archery. Congratulations to all who medaled and to all who came and competed. Hey, we're just getting started. The 2015 World Archery Tour continues in Turkey with Stage 2 at the end of this month. The compound competition on Konyaaltı Beach taking place on May 30th. Then the Classic Bows will be on the beach on Sunday, May 31st. And we will have live shot-by-shot coverage for you on World Archery TV. Till then, on behalf of Matt Gray, I'm Carl Larkey, saying thanks for your time. This time, till next time, we bid you good morning, good afternoon, or good night from Shanghai and Stage 1 of the 2015 Archery World Cup Tour.
and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Longines Prize for Precision. 为我们颁发浪琴表的是汤姆·迪艾伦先生，国际健联秘书长。The Longines Watch will be presented by Tom Dillon, World Lottery Secretary General. 获得上海站女子反击中精神奖奖励的选手来自韩国。The winner for the Winning Speaker Precision Prize for the Shanghai Stage representing Korea. 唐志阳。 女士们、先生们，请把最热烈的掌声送给我们的运动员。Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for our athletes. 女士们、先生们，下面为本次射箭世界杯上海站赛事提供大力支持和资助的5家单位颁奖。Ladies and gentlemen, the award ceremony for the 5 local organizations whose contribution provide great support to the Archery World Cup Shanghai stage. 为我们颁发奖杯的是国际健联秘书长汤姆·迪艾伦先生。The trophy will be presented by Mr. Tom Dillon, Secretary General World Archery. 获得本次赛事荣誉奖杯的单位是 The 5 organizations are 上海市射箭协会、Shanghai Art Association。 上海市浦东新区体育总会，浦东 New Area Sports Federation， 上海市浦东新区陆家嘴社区街道办事处 ，The Office of 陆家嘴 Community of 浦东 New Area， 上海市浦东新区原生体育发展中心，原生 Sports Development Center of 浦东 New Area， 上海浦东新世界发展有限公司。 Shanghai Fortune World Development Company。女士们、先生们， 女士们、先生们，请为这些大力支持本次赛事的协办单位献上最热烈的掌声。Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to these amazing supporting local organizations.